State is bowling for a 14th consecutive year. The Broncos will meet up with Northern Illinois in the 2015 San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl on December 23rd. It'll be the first ever meeting between the Broncos and the Huskies. Joining us now for some insight on Boise State football is the color analyst and former offensive lineman for the Boise State Broncos, Pete Cavender. Pete, appreciate you making some time. Let's first talk about Thomas Spurbeck, recently named the Broncos team MVP. He's now 7 catches short of breaking Matt Miller's all-time record for a single season. How important has he been to the maturation process of Brett Rippon, who is the freshman of the year in the Mountain West, as a quarterback?
Well, he's been a big part of Boise State's offense. I mean, you just said it. He's breaking Boise State's records. He's likely to do it 7 more catches in the bowl game against Northern Illinois. He's broken the single-season record for most yards in a season. So he's been the go-to reliable option for Brett Rippon, and having true freshman quarterback try to grow into Boise State's system, it's good to have that. But the one problem that Boise State's offense has had this year is no one else is really catching the football outside of Thomas Spurbeck. You look at the team, there's only 2 other wide receivers with 10 or more catches, one of them being Shane Williams-Rhodes, who's been hurt the last 2 weeks. He's got 54, and Chaz Anderson has 36. That's an average of 48.5 passes per touchdown reception. So obviously Boise State's looking for more weapons there. They do have the mitten weapon. Jerry McNichols plays a lot of slot and get him outside in the screen game as well. But Boise State looking for some options outside of Thomas Spurbeck, and then Jerry McNichols out of the backfield too.
You talk about that injury bug biting Boise State, and it certainly got him on the defensive side of the football. Dante Dion and Darian Thompson both missed some time towards the end of the season. What are the chances that we see them both back on the field in the defensive backfield for Boise State, and how much of a difference do they make as a tandem in a football game?
Well, I think it's a good chance that we're going to see them in the bowl game. Usually that's what you see in bowl games, is everyone puts all the chips on the table and let the cards fly. And so I think Boise State's going to be no different in that aspect. And so if you look at Darian Thompson, he was the defensive MVP for Boise State. He's got 19 career interceptions. That's a Mountain West record. Dante Dion also has 17 career interceptions. That shows you how potent those two are at getting turnovers. And when they're missing, or at least one part of them is missing from the defense, you can totally tell just based on production. If you look at the 5 games where either Darian wasn't playing or Dante, Boise State allowed an average of 443 yards per game. With those two in the lineup before that stretch, it was 270. So you can see the defensive production fell off quite a bit with those two out of the lineup. So hopefully they should be back. Dante Dion did play the last game of the season against San Jose State. And Darian Thompson, I heard, could have gone if he needed to. So hopefully we see both those line up on the 23rd against Northern Illinois.
Love this matchup between Boise State and Northern Illinois. It's a matchup of the 2 most successful programs from the group of 5, Northern Illinois with 65 wins and Boise State with 63 wins over the last decade. Give us some keys to victory for Boise State if they are able to shut down the Huskies.
Well, NIU, you said successful program, just a few years removed from an Orange Bowl. And being from Boise State, we obviously know how important those big bowl games are. But looking at the last couple of seasons, they've had a lot of close football games. They played Ohio State really tough, just lost at Ohio State by a touchdown, lost to Boston College by a field goal. So this is a team that obviously is going to compete. They're going to have athletes from that success, because success brings money, which brings more success, and they experience that similar to Boise State with their Fiesta Bowls. And so they're used to winning too. And so this is a prideful program that Boise State's going to have to come out and play 4 full quarters. And that's one thing the Broncos have struggled to do. So they've kind of come in waves in defense and offense, but they need to put 4 full quarters together if they want to beat Northern Illinois. And also the injury bug has bit the Huskies too. So the word on the street is possibly the backup quarterback will be back, but if not, it's going to be a walk-on true freshman quarterback. And so if Boise can disrupt the timing of the Huskies' offense, try to create some pressure, then Boise State's defense should have a good opportunity to help the offense win the Poinsettia Bowl.
Pete, appreciate the insight. Travel safely to San Diego and enjoy the bowl season.
Hey, thanks, Jesse. Happy holidays.
Thank you. You as well. Boise State and Northern Illinois in the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl on December 23rd. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Jesse Kurtz.